Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your boy 3 in this thing, baby, representing TKOG. I'm gonna be showing you guys one of the coolest Brandis combos like ever. This doesn't use puppet lock at all. This is like honorable, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is honorable. We really cooking with Brandits, bro. So this 2-card combo is pretty nifty. It is exclusively a 3-stack special. You know how I do, bro. You know how I be cooking. There's nothing tailored in this combo that you're gonna see in a conventional branded build. It's just gonna get you a very solid amount of interruptions with crazy follow-up and one of the coolest loops you can do. Yeah, you guys, if you like this kind of content, you already know what to do, bro. Run my likes! Run my likes! Subscribe, bro! Subscribe! You already know, bro. We cooking. I feel like this deck's just not getting that love, you know what I'm saying? And it's definitely a crazy deck. So we're going to show you guys one of the coolest combos, High Spirit and Saronir. Pretty nifty. So what we're going to do is we'll just start off by activating High Spirits. We're going to go ahead and reveal. We are going to actually elect to discard and search. The card that we're going to dump is going to be Titaniklad. Show you guys how it gets done. This combo is pretty crazy because it also doesn't eat up your normal summon. We're going to grab a copy of Albion off of the High Spirits. And we're going to use the, what's his name? Saronir to dump the Retribution. So let's get to Retribution here. Where's my boy at? So we're going to dump Retribution to Grave. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to activate this guy. I'm just going to put him on the bottom of the deck, and I'm not going to actually draw because it could change the combo. So you're going to get a free draw off of this combo, and we're going to dump Branded Fusion off of it. Dun, 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 to Grave. It's a pretty nifty combo as well because it does mitigate the Ash a bit because you still get Titaniklad to go ahead and grab out a Quim and use Quim to dump the Albash. And essentially what Quim does is a lot of the times it just makes your opponent go straight to battle phase and attack over so that they don't have to play through Mirror Jade plus follow-up and have to get rid of the Mirror Jade without triggering her to blow them up, which means like they really have to OTK you. So it's pretty cool. It happens a lot even against Snake Eye. It depends how you obviously like how your hand plays out and like how you interact with your opponent, how they interact with you. But you still get a Quim to dump, which is pretty nice. We are going to go ahead and banish the Retribution, and we're just going to go Fusion to hand, and you already know what's happening now. Fusion's at 17 in this deck, it's not at 1. Activate Fusion, and we're just going to go ahead and dump a copy of the GOAT. He's him, bro. This is Himothy right here. We're going to go ahead and dump Albaz, and we're going to dump my boy, Lubellion. Lubellion! And then we're going to summon out the Albion, bro. I like that this deck has both Lubellions and both Albions. It's kind of crazy. And we're going to use the Albion to banish the Albaz and the Saronir. And we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a copy of the Lubellion. So this combo is so cool because it goes through both Lubellions and both Albions. I know a lot of people don't care about that, but I think that's just so cool and nifty. You're going to discard one of your other 3 cards. And you're going to put this guy back to the extra deck because you only play 1 in this build. And you're going to put back the Albaz. And you're going to bust out that girl, bro. You already know what it is. You already know what time it is. She hits the field. Hearts start pounding, bro. And then we're going to put this guy to Grave to inherently summon our Lubellion. So we've went through both Albions, both Lubellions. Bro, so clean. We're going to go ahead and put our opponent in an Izanami loop. And we're going to set up the branded Lost here. Dun, 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 dun. You guys are kind of seeing. This is the same list that I show. I've been playing this list. It's pretty crazy. Boom. Place Loss. And you just proceed to In-Phase-O. And then in In-Phase, you're going to do some pretty crazy stuff. It's going to get crazy. Trust and believe. So you have Albion and Titaniklad. So what you can do is go ahead and use your Titaniklad to bust out your Quim. Where she's at, right there. And I'm going to show you guys variances to this combo. So bust out your Quim. You can use her to dump a copy of Albaz to your grave because you need one. And then you can actually just use your Albion to set Branded in to set Branded in red, and that's one iteration of the combo. So it gets you Branded in red plus Mirror Jade and Lost. So what happens is you can actually just hold the Branded in red for your opponent's turn to, for example, go into a Guardian Chimera, trigger the Lost, and you'll pop some cards, draw some cards. You'll pop 2, draw 1, get a Mercurier, and then Mercurier is a monster negate, and you have Mirror Jade, right? And Mirror Jade's pretty broken on her own. Mirror Jade is a banish. So that's like 3 interruptions. You can also do something really cool, which is what I'm going to show you guys. You could take it a step further and go plus Ultra. You go for the... trying to remember. The Branded... Because you do Mirror Jade and you dump Sprint, and so how it works is you summon Quim, you dump the Cartesia off of Quim instead. So here's Cartesia, you dump her to the grave off Quim instead, and then the the Albion adds you Branded Opening. So how it works is instead, I'm like kind of confusing you guys. So like the other iteration of the combo is basically to do this, to go Titaniclad effect to add Albaz from your deck to your hand, and then resolve the Albion to grab Branded Opening, and then you activate the Branded Opening and you discard the Albaz. So I'm just gonna throw it in the grave, and you summon the Quim from the deck that way. And you use Quim to dump the Cartesia. And while you're still in the in phase, this is just a really cool like variant of the combo. It just gets you 1 extra layer, which is definitely crazy. And you go Mirror Jade. You're going to go ahead and just banish the Lubellion. And you dump Sprint specifically. And you can do this because you have 3 other cards in hand, so you're going to use all of them. And then you go Sprint because you're still in phase. And you go, and you could Mirror Jade in your own main phase as well. It's just, I'm just showing you guys, bro. You could Mirror Jade in your main phase as well. And then we're gonna go for our kit, special her, and we're gonna add Branded in red from our deck to our hand. And then we're gonna put the last card back, and we're gonna go ahead and activate Branded in red, and we're gonna target the Fallen of Albaz in our graveyard. And then we're just gonna take him, and we're gonna banish him, and we're gonna banish the kit. And we're going to summon out a card that Branded players like literally never summon. They only dump it off Mirror Jade just for like Albaz lines, which is kind of cute. But it's also nifty as an actual interruption. It's pretty crazy. This card's actually pretty freaking insane in my build because I play Bystios. And you already know the Mirror Jade loop is crazy. It's Izanami. And you're going to trigger Lost in Quim. Quim is going to go ahead and bring back the Cartesia. This is main phase 5-0. You know what I'm saying? And then the Lost is going to grab the Mercurier. Where you at, boy? As soon as we find them. Add Mercurier to hand. Wait. Actually, no. You don't add Mercurier to hand. I think you add another Albaz because you Cartesia away the... No. You do add Mercurier here. You do add Mercurier. Yeah. Because the Lost just gets you follow-up. So you add Mercurier here, because basically what happens is like you already have Rinbrum, and you Cartesia away the Mirror Jade plus the oh, it is Albaz. So yeah, I was right. You Cartesia away the Mirror Jade plus the Albaz that you add off of Branded Lost. So where's that boy at? Because you actually won an Albaz engrave. For the follow up is pretty crazy. So this is on your opponent's turn, right? When you start playing on their turn, you Cartesia away the Albaz and the Mirror Jade into a Dragosepilia, which is another layer. I'm just showing you guys how to maximize your layers is all. And that triggers the Lost to then at the Mercurier, and the Quim brings back the Mirror Jade, so she's back up again. And keep in mind that Mirror Jade actually is not a hard once per turn. She's a soft once per turn. And she has a really cool interaction with Rinbrum. But what you have is essentially Rinbrum is actually always 2 interruptions by himself. People forget about him. They sleep on him all the time. They never summon him because they want a puppet lock. What I'm showing you guys is to use Branded with actual Branded. So this is all straight engine. There's nothing crazy degenerate going on. I know Puppet Lock's crazy, and like it is goated. It's an insane. It just checkmates the opponent, right? But you have Dracosepelia negate, Mercurior negate. This is 2 interruptions by itself. Negate and bounce. Do not underestimate that. And then you have Mirror Jade. So you essentially have 5 points of interaction that can be well timed, and you're guaranteed to have follow up. Just because that's how this deck plays. It gets also a little bit crazier because if you guys didn't know, each effect of Rinbrum can be used once per turn. So if they start to crack your board, that's why it's very important to at the Albaz off the loss and fuse it away with the Cartesia. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's literally it's a game of chess, and you're playing to set yourself up for the future turns when you're playing Branded, and you're also playing to set up all the interactions on your opponent's turn when you're not puppet locking. So that's why you at the Albaz, so that you specifically fuse it away with the Mirror Jade, so you get that back off Quim, and then you have this engraved, so when your opponent tries to crack your board, they have to get rid of Rinbrum by not putting it in the grave, and they have to get rid of Mirror Jade by like returning her to the extra deck or spell trap zoning her with like a Flamblizy, for example. But so they played you 5 interruptions, and then they have to break your board in an unconventional way, because if this touches the grave during your opponent's turn, you guys already know, because this is the only thing that this card ever gets used for, is you get to bust out the Albaz and then contact fuse away their board, and that's a 6th disruption, right? Just pretty cool, pretty nifty. So it's tight. I like it a lot. That's the combo. If you guys want to see more Branded content, subscribe. If this video gets up to minimum 50 likes, I'll run up all types of stuff. Everybody plays Branded different, and this is no exception on this channel. I think there's a lot of bozos on this deck that make this deck look really bad. And then there's like a select 3 or 4 people that play Branded, and they're pretty much just like the only people that anyone can go to for content. My content's different, especially when it comes to this deck. I have so many different approaches and nuances to playing it. And I like to build it for competitive play, so I like to build Branded to be able to play through the maximum disruptions and not so focused on getting the biggest and best board, but just to have the resiliency to play through the most, because in this day and age, and unfortunately, in competitive Yu-Gi-Oh!, a deck's resilience is going to be a stronger factor than its ceiling. A deck that can put up 12,000 interruptions is not good right now. A deck that can play through 3 to 4 interruptions is better than a deck that can put up 12, if that makes sense. Y'all don't gotta agree with me, but that's just how it is right now. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you guys. Have a beautiful day. Deuces!